yesterday, but like, have you talked to Cal Ritchie at all? Did you come
I
across
haven't.
his?
I haven't. No, I haven't crossed paths with him either. I don't really know him at all. But a couple of guys have just talked about his game there and said he's a smart player and got a lot of room for growth. It'll be a big part for them. So, but I haven't spoken to him.
When the trade happened, was it a little weird because immediately it was like, oh, they traded Brock Nelson and got back maybe a replacement for him.
Yeah, I wasn't too worried about that. I mean, for me, it was figuring out next steps just for my family and I, and just kind of getting through that. Just having never gone through it, not too worried about their side of things, but obviously know um, yeah. I mean, that's always the backside of the game. You never really try to think about or be a part of, and been fortunate to be in one spot for so long and not have to move. But then obviously the show still goes on, and you can't play forever. So there's going to become a time where you move on, and yeah, it obviously happened. I just try to figure out the next steps for us and being here.
Is this a night you like circled on your calendar?
Yeah, I haven't tried to think about it too much, but it's obviously only seen him a couple times. Check out the schedule, make sure I could see some of the guys. I got to see a bunch of them yesterday, so it's fun to see them. And then yeah, it'll be weird. It'll be interesting just to see those guys from a different side, a different perspective, and it'll be funny lining up against a couple of guys that you kind of grew up with and great friends with.
I know a lot of players kind of treat these first games against their former teams differently. How do you kind of treat it? Is this like I need to go and perform, or is this just any other game?
I try to approach it like any other game. I think it's a big game. Obviously, they're playing well, and we're on a roll. We want to keep things going, but I think there'll be a couple of smiles and a couple of laughs and chirps. But at the end of the day, I think both teams just want to go out there and compete and win. And I'm glad the game happened here first and not there. I think it'll be tougher playing there, and it was just nice to kind of see the guys yesterday and kind of get this, hang out with them a bit, catch up, and check in on everybody.
Is this one of those games that you do anticipate as it's coming up, or you just kind of go
Uh,
through emotions?
Little bit, but I mean, not looking ahead. I don't think it was like, hey, I'm waiting for this one in particular. You just try to go about your business, and but familiar and know. I mean, I keep in touch with a lot of the guys and knew when they were coming out, so trying to coordinate just being able to see them and catch up, like I said, which was great. We had a good time yesterday and saw a bunch of them, and yeah, and then I mean, same for New York. Obviously, not looking ahead to that, but that one will be a fun one going back there and seeing a lot of familiar people behind the scenes, logistically at the rink, security and PR and other people like that. So and more people away from the game. So yeah.
I recall you said Jonathan Drouin had called you about
Yeah.
wearing number 29. Is it going to be weird seeing that logo with
It's
that
weird.
number?
A couple times I've seen the highlights on NHL, and I see 29. Like it takes me a split second. I feel like I'm so programmed to just see in 29 and thinking to myself. And yeah, it's weird, but I appreciate the fact that he thought he had to reach out. He didn't have to do that. And he could wear whatever he wants. And yeah, it definitely took a second just kind of seeing him on the screen.
What's your experience like with Patrick Waugh as a coach?
He was great. I love Patty. Patty's got a great energy about him, great presence. And I think he was great. He was kind of, when he came in, he just kind of opened it up a bit. One of the guys that just play free, have fun, enjoy the game, and play a fast style. And I think he's brought that to the team, and he's a guy that obviously wants to win, and he's an ultimate competitor. And he wears his emotions, and he gives everything he has to try and get the guys in a position to win. So as a player, when I was there, I loved that. You can't really ask for any more.
Tonight's also Hockey Fights Cancer night for the Avs. What does that mean to you?
Hockey Fights Cancer is a great night for the league, and I know everyone recognizes it. And, it's something I don't have anyone that close that has been diagnosed, but I think a lot of people know somebody or have been impacted by it. And it's a horrible thing. So to have a night where you can kind of recognize the people who are having a battle that's incredibly hard and difficult on a day-to-day basis that people probably take for granted, just day-to-day activities that we're very fortunate and healthy to do. So to give back to them in a night like this is special.
A lot of people know this is a big night for Josh Manson, just losing his mom to cancer a few years ago. Is there anything you guys could do to give him a little extra support?
I feel like it's just taking the time to, like I said, to interact with the people here that are being recognized. I mean, I think every interaction on a day-to-day basis, you never know what somebody's going through in terms of just mental health or cancer or difficult situations. So I think just being a nice person, somebody to listen to, somebody to talk to. Manson's an incredible guy. Obviously, was raised by an incredible family and support system, and he's got a presence about him that he's just a happy-go-lucky guy, and he can kind of communicate with everyone. Just try to reciprocate that for him.
The Islanders have a lot of young upcoming prospects. Do you prepare differently for the game, given that they might have an advantage in some areas?
Uh, I wouldn't say we prepare differently, but I mean, obviously you key in on different guys, and obviously you're referring to Schaefer, and I think everyone knows and can see how fast and how well he skates and how he can kind of impact the game. So it's a guy. There's a number of guys in the league like that, so you try to key on those guys, take away time and space, and play them a little bit differently. But at the end of the day, those players who have a different dynamic about them are able to kind of impact it. So you want to try and contain them a bit more, and yeah, maybe a little bit more hyper focus on certain players, but I don't think you change your approach too much.